Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And guess what, guys? I jinxed it the other week. I literally said in a video, I was so excited because I finally figured out the posting schedule for CNBC Make It for their postings of Millennial Money. And I figured out, guys, it's every other Thursday. I think we did it, guys. We finally cracked the code as to when CNBC Make It posts their Millennial Money episodes. It's every other Thursday morning, guys. And I was so happy I figured it out. I literally planned my schedule around like next week. There's going to be another Millennial Money, so I filmed another video in its place. But guess what, guys? Literally just like a few days later, CNBC just was like,
"No, Graham. You're not going to figure us out."
So they just posted randomly a CNBC Millennial Money today. But that's okay, because as long as they're posting more Millennial Money, I'm good with it, because this video is titled, Living Together on $178K a year in Chicago. Wait for it, Millennial Money. So with that said, guys, make sure to smash the like button, get your 3 free stocks down below in the description when you deposit $100 on Webull, because 2 of those stocks are worth at minimum $8. That's a good deal. 3 stocks with 2 of them worth minimum $8. That's pretty good. So use that link down below in the description, and with that said, let's start the video here.
The arts and ballet specifically sort of have a stigma of not being a lucrative profession.
Ouch! That looks like it hurts. How do they do that? I've seen those pictures of ballerina feet. Don't look them up. I kid you not. You're gonna regret looking them up. Don't, no. But all I'm gonna say is it looks like it takes its toll on your feet like that.
And that for me is a shame, because if you're a ballet dancer, you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it because you love it and it's something you're passionate about. But it is a profession that a lot of people make a very, very good living in.
So far, my only knowledge of dancing like this is from Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell. That was a great movie. But that's basically the extent of my knowledge. So I'm going into this with a brand new, fresh perspective. We're here to learn about the arts. Oh, he's got that Goyard wallet. That's expensive. I have a feeling he's going to spend a lot of money. Oh, look at that. And he's got a California driver's license and what looks like to be the American Express Platinum card. That's an expensive wallet. By the way, $178,000 a year in Chicago. They're doing well. They're doing fantastic between the two.
Last year, I took home about $77,000 from the Joffrey Ballet.
And I made $66,000 from the Joffrey Ballet.
Look at that. Yeah, they're doing fantastic. That's good. And they're diversifying their income. So they're not just relying on one thing, but they're also doing teaching on the side. Because I have a feeling eventually, one day they could shift full-time to teaching. I bet that's what they're probably going to say. At some point, they want to open up their own studio. Let's see if I called it.
Last year, I made $15,000 in additional income.
And I made $20,000 in additional income.
You could see by the way she sits, only someone really flexible would sit like that. Because there's no way that my joints would allow my legs to curl up like that with my feet just underneath like that. I have horrible flexibility. Horrible.
We bought this apartment 3 years ago.
In 2017 of May.
And it was originally listed at...
I don't know if that's a good spot for the table. I know they keep it there and then they move it out when they're using it, but it's right up against the countertop. What would actually kind of go nice there is like a little table against the back wall with like 3 chairs, maybe 4 chairs. And then that way they have the countertops open for maybe some bar stools. That would look nice.
$349,000. Actually, we managed to get it for $338,000 because we offered free tickets to the ballet for a season to the previous owners.
That's clever. That's really good thinking.
We put down $15K. We were kind of upset that it didn't come with a parking spot. But in the long run, we're so thankful because we don't have a car, and I don't think we'd ever have a car here in Chicago.
Good for them. See, that's a blessing in disguise. You don't have a parking space? Well, perfect. You don't need a car. And chances are they could get almost anywhere they need on those cool little scooters. I don't know about the winter, though. Winters in Chicago, that could be a little bit difficult. That's the only thing.
Our big main renovations were the kitchen and then the 2 bathrooms.
I wanted to hear more about the renovations. CNBC, why did you cut it off? They were just getting into the good stuff. Like, oh, we did all these renovations, and then cut it off. We want to hear more about the renovations, unless you're going to put that later on in the video.
When I do spend my money, I make sure that it is somewhat essential. I don't go to the nail salon. I just cut my nails myself.
Let's look at this. Wow, guys, what's going on here? $2,885 a month on food, groceries, eating out, and takeout. Wow, I can't believe their food budget is 50% more than their mortgage payment. That is a lot of money on food. What are they eating every night? I have a feeling it's probably just a lot of takeout multiple times a week. But still, for $3,000 a month, you could get you could shop at Whole Foods, basically. That's what I'm saying. You could shop at the best grocery store in the entire world, Erewhon, the fancy place with valet parking. You could do that and still spend half of your food budget. That's too much money. Mortgage, $1,953, that's fine. Pet, $1,000 a month on the pet. Oh, yikes, chemo treatments. That's expensive, chemo. Hopefully that's not for too long. Then we got utilities, $446 a month. Kind of high for where they're living. I would say that should be more like $250, but maybe that includes an HOA. So maybe that's it. Hobbies, $220. Phone bill, $165. Even that's expensive. Cabs, $130. Cabs are cheaper than a car, so they're actually saving money there. Subscriptions, $105. Where's the little asterisk for that? Chemo treatments, maybe. Oh, I see. I think they used the wrong little sign here, so they put the double T. I don't know, what's that called, guys? Comment that down below what that double T is called. But they put that down here. Apple Music, Netflix, HBO Max, YouTube TV. So it's just the food budget. Food budget's expensive. Obviously, the pet treatments, those are expensive, but it's your pet. And utilities are a lot. But food, let's find out what they eat. They say that like it's a bad thing.
The couple is engaged and doesn't have a joint bank account yet.
What if they don't want to have a joint bank account? What if they want to maintain separate finances? Is this CNBC's like they don't have this yet? It's like some bad thing. I don't think it's always a bad thing. It could be a good thing.
We love to go out to dinner, we love to go with friends, and also it's been really helpful in relationship building for us around Chicago. We've made some really good friends.
Holy crap, $520 a month in groceries. That by itself, I'm like, okay, you're eating pretty good. But then $600 a month on top of that at restaurants. I'm like, okay, you got that covered. But then $1,762 on takeout. What are they eating? I wanted to see, they could have a whole episode on just their food budget. How I blow, how I waste, how I light money on fire every month on food. What are they eating?
My parents kind of have this money philosophy of if you don't need it, you shouldn't buy it. And I kind of...
And she's like, and I threw that out the window. And I was like, no, Mom, no, Dad, I'm going to rebel. I'm not going to do that. If there's something I don't need, I'm going to spend it on food. It sounds like you don't need $1,700 to $1,800 a month on takeout.
When I met Geraldine, she really taught me how to value having money. I used to value spending my money, like getting it in and then seeing what I could spend it on. And with her, she taught me how to value actually having it in the bank.
And spending it on food. She taught me the values of eating at Nobu every night. She taught me the values of going to Mastro's twice a week. She taught me the value of eating the best sashimi sushi the market has to offer. The best filet mignon. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. It's just they spend so much on food. I can't get over that.
My number one rule with my checking account, my spending money, is that I always have a cushion of $1,000 in there.
It's crazy that her cushion is $1,000, but her cushion is half the amount that she spends on just takeout. I would say that cushion, I would have a cushion of a few grand, just assuming the spending. Spending is a lot. All right, so Dylan has $13,000 in savings and Geraldine has $35,000. They're doing okay. They own their place. They're putting money away. They're doing better than the average person. It's just they could be doing so. Their potential is up here, honestly. With the amount of money they're making, it's up here. But what they're doing is they're right here. So it's this gap. Because I see greatness. These guys could really do it, but there's that wasted potential right there. That's all.
We don't have a 401k. I don't like the idea of waiting to see that money when you're 65.
Especially since our retirement age is 35, 40.
They're going to need a lot more money if they plan to retire at 35 or 40. A lot more. They got to keep working for a very long time at this rate. To be completely honest, with this spending level, they got to really aim for like $2 million, right? It's about $2.5 million invested to be able to sustain this lifestyle. Now, obviously, at some point, they're not going to have the housing payment anymore, but still, they're going to have probably $3,500, maybe $4,000 a month overhead expenses overall. I mean, that's going to cost money. That's $1.5 million minimum. So, here's the thing, guys. They were receiving an extra $600 a week on unemployment. $600 a week. As of their current spending, almost all of that went to takeout. 3 of those 4 weeks of their unemployment went to takeout. Now, obviously, they received that each. I would just see that as like, that's not money to spend on takeout. Now, here's the thing. It's not up to me. Whatever people decide to do with their money, that's on them. I would have seen that as like, we're getting this extra money. This is basically a gift at this point. $600 a week is a substantial amount of money. Let's save that away. Let's invest that money. The markets are at their all-time lows right now. Well, for the last like few years. But anyway, the market's crashed. Let's invest that. This is extra money we didn't expect to necessarily get. It came in. We don't need to spend it right now in takeout. Let's invest it. It's just so much money in take. That's all. That's all. But you know what? How about this? Here's a counter argument. They're good for the economy. Why? How is that? Well, they're spending that money back on restaurants, which were hard hit. They're spending it on delivery drivers, which needed work. So in a way, one could argue they're actually doing a better service for our economy by spending it in the way they're doing than investing it. In a way, they're supporting local business. Let's call it that. That way, we could look at this with a positive perspective in that they're doing a good service to the economy.
My last very big splurge was an engagement ring for Geraldine. I wanted her to have something really beautiful on her finger for the rest of our lives, and I wanted it to be really special for her. And honestly, you know, if I had all the money in the world, I would spend it on Geraldine if I had the choice.
Dylan and Geraldine plan on getting married in Italy. Ooh, that's gonna be fancy. I want to know how much their ring was, though. I really want to know how much that ring was, because you see the difference in their savings. His savings is $13,000, hers is $35,000. Were they both at $35,000? I want to know how much the ring was. I'm just curious.
But also, our dog Kahlua is a little old lady. She was diagnosed with lymphoma. I think we spent almost like $8,000 to $9,000 on her chemo treatments. And actually, yesterday morning we found out that she got it again.
Oh, that's got to be tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, look, they would like to invest in real estate properties. That I like. They just got to cut down on the food budget. They do that, they could start investing in real estate.
We would still like to hopefully have this place and Airbnb it or rent it out, depending on where we move. But we would like to move back to California eventually.
Ooh, they should move to Las Vegas. I'm trying to get everyone to move to Las Vegas now. Everyone that comes in, I'm like, hey, you should move to Vegas. I kid you not. Had a guest over the other night. I'm like, ooh, you thinking about moving to Vegas? They moved to Austin. So, but close enough, close enough.
The reason why I wanted us to be profiled was I think it's important for people to know that you can make a living in the arts. It's not just the people you've heard of that are doing well. Obviously, we don't make a ton of money, but we do well enough to really enjoy our lives and also get to do something we love.
So I would say he's right on that. You don't see a lot of people in the arts really featured. So I think from that perspective, this is fantastic to showcase that you don't need a traditional career per se to make a lot of money.
And so not only do we feel wealth of the pocket, but we feel wealth of the mind, body, and spirit through what we get to do.
There we go. You know what? Fantastic episode. I do like it. The food budget is crazy. Let's call that for what it is. That one's nutty. So what I would do if they're watching this, I would say Roth IRA it. Roth IRA it, I think tax rates are going up at some point in the future, and I think if they're each able to sock away a little money in a Roth IRA, I think that would be fantastic. I would cut back on the food budget. Get that from like $3,000 a month. Get it down to $1,000 a month. Spend the extra $2,000 on investing. You could invest $24,000 a year extra by just cutting back on the food a little bit. You could still spend $1,000 a month on food, which is a lot of money. And then on top of that, you have $2,000 left over a month to invest. That is fantastic. That's going to put you years ahead. That can honestly save you a decade in retirement just from the work you do right now. But as usual, let's read some of the comments. What do we got here? Contran, $3,000 for food. Are they eating gold? You spent $30,000 on renovations to your kitchen and you don't use it. Okay. That's kind of funny, huh? Oh, I like this one from Vince. We have strict savings rules. Your budget has determined that was a lie. The Maury thing. I miss Maury. Oh, wow, look at this. This one has 519 likes by Jonathan Bernard. Graham will have a seizure when he sees the food budget. 519 likes. Wow. It's a lot of likes. All right, guys, so that's it with this episode. I'm left feeling defeated, and to make myself feel better, I'm going to eat some food. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there as in the second channel. This is the second channel. As in the podcast, the Iced Coffee Hour, new episodes being posted every single Sunday. And lastly, if you guys want those 3 free stocks, use the link down below in the description and deposit $100 on Webull. They'll give you 3 free stocks. Now, here's how good of a deal that is. 2 of those stocks are at minimum worth $8. So that's $16 minimum, all the way up to $1,600. Now the third stock is worth at minimum $2.50, all the way to $250. So the worst case scenario you get by doing this is depositing $100 and you get back $18.50 minimum. So it's basically like you want 20 bucks for like 5 minutes worth of work. Use the link down below in the description, and that's your worst case scenario, all the way up to like 1,600. So it's a lot of money. So anyway, you want those 3 free stocks, use that link down below in the description. The offer ends soon. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.